It's pretty odd for me to realize that enough time has passed that there are millions of younger gamers that never really got to experience the wonder that is split screen co-op.
No, it's not. It's right here. See? What are you doing? Dude, come here. What are you doing? Stop. Stop. Look, there's clearly stuff over here.
There's nothing
There's
over
literally
there.
stuff. There's enemies. That's where the enemies spawn.
There's literally
Not enemies. There's literally It's smoking. There's literally people over here. That's the mini kit. That's the mini kit, bro. That's where the mini kit is.
Despite the absolute chaos of some of the older split-screen games, there's no denying that the type of gameplay was a massive staple in the games industry for many, many years. I personally had the pleasure of many different split-screen games, i.e. Portal 2, LEGO Star Wars, Halo, and so on and so forth, but one that has never really left my brain is a game called The Adventures of Cookie and Cream for the PlayStation 2, which, upon researching for this video, was made by FromSoft. But this game was very popular in the post-Max 95 household, with my sister and I, specifically, and a lot of the time it would lead to fighting. But this game was probably my first real look into the world of split-screen gaming. Then, of course, following the evolution of my gamer being, I eventually got into the Wii.
Which is a game system I don't even care about, like, at all. Like only stupid, dumb, idiot losers like the Wii. I mean, I would never order a whole Wii for myself.
Mainly with Wii Sports Resort and, of course, Mario Kart Wii. I've briefly touched on my history with that one in a previous video, but that game was definitely my most played split-screen title. One time I even had all my friends over to play Mario Kart Wii on a projector for my birthday, and that was just a truly treasured memory.
Many, many years ago, even predating the age of Mountain Dew Game Fuel, GameStop Midnight releases, and the most angry people in video game chat lobbies.
You sent me a message first, yeah? I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick, ask for Danny G. I'll come out my house and I'll break your fucking legs, you little prick! You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm fucking saying?
There was a tradition between Neolithic gamers that is a dead art in the modern age, an activity practically forgotten by time, known as the LAN party. LAN parties, for the uninitiated, were massive groups of people linking their consoles or PCs together so that they could be in one game, all at the same time, primarily using split screen to host a ton of people. I feel like one of the biggest LAN party games was absolutely Halo with the original Xbox, and I never got to experience a Halo LAN party, or any LAN party for that matter, but there's no denying how important they were for a massive subset of the gaming community. Whenever I hear LAN parties, I personally think of that one CS LAN party where the dude is taped to the ceiling. I don't know if that was actually real, but I'm just gonna headcanon that it was real, because I love that. Slowly, over time, split-screen gaming began to fade away, and even titles that were synonymous with split-screen eventually stopped including the feature in their games. Over time, split-screen gaming just got strangled by a far more optimized feature: online. Online gaming meant to most game studios that split screen had to die. I don't know why this was the move they took, because split screen multiplayer was generational for families and friends who wanted to play games together. Games like Halo 5 and Halo Infinite didn't even have split screen or couch co-op at all at first. These games have amazing gameplay, and yet the only way to play them was an online mode. Halo is the split screen game, at least in my head, and overall, their choice to step away from it just baffles me more than any other game. There's been an on-running joke on this YouTube channel that I'm going to be making the Halo video. It's a fabled Halo video for many years. Every time I try to write it, it turns into a I hate Microsoft video. So it might be holy. I got a lot of thoughts on that topic, so we'll talk about that later.
Most games in the Xbox One and PS4 era relied on online multiplayer exclusively, with very few exceptions.
I remember a long time ago I had a bunch of friends over and I spent hours going through my games on my Xbox One trying to find something that we could all play for couch co-op, and literally every title lacked a couch co-op option, and that is so depressing to me. I know the current state of AAA gaming is laughably bad, with games being released in just completely broken states among other infuriating things, but I love the idea of inviting my friends over to play couch co-op games, but unfortunately, this just seems to be a mostly dead art. Although recently there have been a few games that support couch co-op, Overcooked, Gang Beasts, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and to be fair, fighting games never even dropped couch co-op. Obviously it'd be incredibly dumb if they did, but you know. But one I played more recently that really sticks out in my mind is It Takes Two. This video topic was mainly just an excuse to talk about It Takes Two, to be honest, because this game is amazing. It Takes Two is one of the best games I've played in recent memory. The art style is amazing, and the collaboration required is perfect for a split-screen game. I love the fact that this game is essentially a quilt made of every single game genre, whether it be top-down strategy or a hack and slash. This game meshes so many different styles to make an incredibly heartwarming and just amazingly fun game. The game also uses a dynamic split screen, which is essentially a perfected split screen. What dynamic split screen does is allow both players to explore without starting fights. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga also uses a dynamic split screen, where the game will shift aspect ratios depending on who needs more camera space, which is much better than old LEGO split screen games where you would have this strange line that would divide the screen in absurd and abstract ways. These games have proven that split screen can be more than just a feature in games, but instead it's become its own genre entirely. A Way Out and Split Fiction are other examples of this new budding genre. And these games are just the beginning. Considering how many people played and enjoyed them, all three of these games are critically acclaimed for their amazing gameplay. And I think, to be honest, this is kind of the perfect hybrid evolution of both online games and split screen. And of course, there have been other games in the past that have had these features, but I feel like it's really getting mastered and becoming its own great genre. Recently, I purchased the Nintendo Switch 2. I never owned a Switch 1, so I figured I'd make the purchase to the newer model. And after a while of playing, I kind of just realized something. The Switch 2, and even going further back, the Wii, are both just party consoles to me. Yeah, there are great, amazing, phenomenal solo games on there, and yes, I play single-player games on both consoles, but ultimately, the most fun that comes from these consoles is sharing them with other people. Yeah, Mario Kart is fun by yourself, but you know what's even better? Playing Mario Kart and sitting next to your friend, and you turn your head and you look at him and you almost make eye contact and you just go, "You stupid piece of evil straight up." I know I briefly mentioned it earlier, but fighting games are another great example. The hype of a fighting game when your opponent is sitting right beside you is a whole different type of fun. Games like Jackbox Party Packs are amazing, even if you just keep using the same punchline and quiplash, or keep drawing just the meanest caricatures you can make of me. Good God. The Wii is busted out almost every single time I have friends over. I recently went to a function and brought my Switch 2, and it was so fun just playing games with people there. Maybe Nintendo is one of the few companies that never forgot couch co-op's purpose, you know? Maybe Nintendo didn't switch up on their day ones like that. I know I'm praising split screen a lot right now, but don't take that as me hating on online, because that's absolutely not how I feel. For example, I have a friend who lives at Street, and that's quite a long way from me, so naturally we bridge the gap by playing online games. And I mean, obviously I play a lot of online games. I mean, come on, my entire YouTube channel was built around an online multiplayer game.
Which is a game I don't even... Sea of Thieves? I barely know her.
I think it's a pretty good sign that games like It Takes Two, Split Fiction, and actually really recently Orbitals. I'm actually so stoked about Orbitals. Look how it looks so good. It looks so peak. I love the art style. And many more have been coming out. They're a perfect blend of what we need, having both couch and online modes. The LEGO games do a good job at keeping split screen alive, but they've lacked in online multiplayer. But last I've heard, they're lacking in workers' rights too, so, you know, priorities. I would also love to see more party games come out. Not just like Mario Party, I mean stuff like Jackbox or whatever. You know, some of my favorite games to whip out for the Wii are just reproductions of TV game shows, because everybody gets them for the most part, and they're just fun. And stuff like New Super Mario Bros. And Speedrunners are incredibly fun, or recently Super Mario Wonder. I honestly think that game's pretty mid if you're playing solo, but if you're playing co-op, it immediately becomes an amazing video game. I hope to see this trend of co-op games keep going in the future, as much as I love Portal 2 co-op, you know, some variety would be nice. Things like original side stories in co-op versus single player, like Portal 2's 2 campaigns, are unheard of in these days. A completely original side story attached to the main game canonically, but completely separate. That's fantastic. Give me 14 of them right now. If you happen to have a way to play any of those modern titles, like A Way Out, or if you have a Wii or a Switch or whatever, just invite some people over and just play them sometime. And honestly, try to tell me you had a bad time, unless it's a fighting game, because like yeah, those get a little tense. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a lot shorter than my last upload, but I've wanted to make a video like this for quite some time. I actually wrote this script a long time before I even made the Fate of Matula video, and I've only now got around to finishing it. Do y'all have any split-screen games from your childhood that you really liked? You know, or if you have some hidden gems or split-screen games that mean a lot to you, just go ahead and talk about them in the comments. I want to hear the discussions. Shout out split screen, shout out fighting with your older sibling, and I'll see you in the next video.